Hey guys, building a boat has been on my bucket list for some time now, and I thought it was time to pull the trigger. I did a little sketch on some graph paper to see what I was going for. I knew I wanted the boat to be small and made for one person. I knew I wanted a flat bottom so I could fish in the shallow coves and tight spots where the big ones hang out. I wanted a plexiglass window on the bottom so I could see where the water goes by. I documented the process just for memory's sake, but then I thought it'd be cool to share it. I spent $125.01 on one sheet of quarter-inch plywood, wood glue, screws, half gallon of fiberglass resin, fiberglass cloth, a small piece of plexiglass, 5 pine 1x2s, 1 gallon of Thompson's water seal, and 2 gallons of exterior paint. I started by drawing out and cutting the bottom. I made sure I cut as close to the edge of my plywood piece as possible so I could use the rest of the sides for the sides and the seats. I basically just pieced everything together. I made sure that I used wood glue and screws to attach everything for extra strength. And then later on I would go over it with the corners and the edges with fiberglass. You can see the shell here. I clamped and screwed the sides on because it was kind of an angle. The boards, I did not have to wet them because it wasn't too much of a curve. These are the seats that I put in there, the plywood. I knew it would need some more support, so my friend Nathan decided that I should put these little pine boxes to support it, and so that's what we did. Here's the front seat, and we put some pegs underneath that as well, and here's a shot of the main seat and the front seat. Here's the hole I drilled so I could tie a rope to my boat. It was a little off center, so I drilled another hole which was off center as well. This time I measured it, filled the holes with plastic wood, put a supporting board on there, and I drilled another hole that was just right. Live and learn. Here's where I'm putting my hole in the bottom of the boat. I cut a little rectangle. If I could go back again, I would probably do it a larger one with some thicker plexiglass. Here's the fiberglass cloth to support it. I used the resin to actually glue down the window. I did all outside corners and cracks to keep it watertight. I would have done the inside, but I just decided not to for whatever reason, hoping that the outside will work out. While the fiberglass was drying, I moved on to making a paddle. This is ash wood. It's pretty hard and pretty heavy. If I could go back and do it again, I would probably make it out of pine, or I would go to Walmart and buy one for $12. But it's kind of cool that I made my own. There it is, finished. I put 2 coats of Thompson's water seal on that. I had some extra fiberglass, so I covered the bottom and the sides of the boat. So I saved the Thompson's water seal for the inside of the boat. I covered the entire boat in black, flat exterior paint. And then I started using Indian maize, which is like an earth-colored yellow, starting to come together. And got the first coat on. Put another coat on and started doing some fun stuff, just some squigglies and some X's. I knew that I was going to want a little bit more, so I went, and there's my buddy Nathan. He keeps warning me I need to wear a life jacket. And so I put some black X's that started to look kind of cool, put some stripes on the side. I made a stencil to name my boat after my son. And I've heard of people spray painting with leaves over the top of it to make it look camouflage, and I tried that. I didn't like it, so I painted back over it and just stuck with the other designs that I went with, the X's and the streaks. See ya.
Daddy, wow.
Yeah, Daddy's in the water. Wave at Daddy. Hi, Daddy.
Hey, bye-bye.
He's like terrified.
Say bye-bye.
It's okay, babe.
Say bye-bye.
In 2 years. Come on.